If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode... No, that's not how I start the show.
Oh my god.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 562. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris, out of timeout, Selden 007 Selden.
I am Brian Shadow Emmerich.
And we're back with a brand new episode. And that's, for those of you counting, this is 3 weeks in a row.
It is, that's right.
Yep. Although we have the next 2 weeks off. But you got 3 weeks in a row, so feel good about that.
It's really an episode, 2/3 of an episode,
Are we counting
Wait a minute.
host percentage?
Wait a minute.
Shadow and I still did an hour and a half last week. It wasn't an hour and 45, but it was an hour and a half. So
It's also true.
I'm sorry, I was on a self-imposed timeout for my rants against the dickhead last couple episodes ago.
So does that mean that Selden's contribution is 15 minutes every week? Because we did an hour and a half without him? Or, no.
Wow, you're
being generous.
You're doing the math here. So yes, yeah.
No. Just kidding. No, we had to vamp a lot because Selden wasn't there. So.
Yeah, we did. We vamped so hard. It was like a vamp session, if you will. But
vamp sesh.
Yep. But we are back, and we're here to do a show. This one could potentially be long because of several reasons that we'll get to as we start working through our outline. But why don't we just start off like we always do and jump into the mailbag for feedback and questions on our last episode. And if you're in chat, you want us to discuss something, drop it in chat. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Reputable Jizz comments. That guy that you used comments for in the last 2 episodes has a dumb handle. Now this...
Says the guy.
Yes, this was one I obviously had to pick.
This is the same guy, and he's trolling with a different name.
Could be. That's the problem with the internet, is you just never know. But yeah, reputable Jizz. I'm sure yours is reputable, but your name is no better than his. So
maybe his name is actually Rep You Table Jizz.
That's better.
that is better. That's way better. Except for the tabling the jizz part.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah, no. So thank
Maybe
you.
It's reputable jizz, and they just fell asleep.
Could be as well. See, it's how you have to read into these names, because some people do crazy dumb shit. It's like we talked about with depends. Like nobody knew until it was explained to you. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for your wise comment. All right, up next, Arctic Elephant asks, have any of your friends or colleagues either canceled or downgraded from Game Pass Ultimate? Nobody I know yet.
Most of the people I know already have it stacked, so it wasn't really an issue at this point.
Yeah.
Once those stacks run out, then it might be some downgrading going on. But
yeah, I had a few people on my my group, my Tool to Play clan. They kind of messaged everyone else in our group and were like, "Yeah, this is crazy." Like they were going to downgrade. So I don't know. I mean, if you don't use Ultimate, then there's not really any point. Like, if you don't use PC, if you don't care about day one, you might not need Ultimate. So, or if you don't care about EA stuff, I guess, and now Ubi.
Well, the old Ubi stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the old Ubi stuff. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, I'm going to downgrade. But, I mean, like me, I had it stacked. I think a few other people had it stacked too. But, yeah, I think it's definitely taking a hit for sure, because it's crazy price.
Yeah, no, it is. And so
I
you
think
said
of-
you listened to the show last week,
Yeah, I did listen to it a little
so
bit.
you heard our own discussion about
Yeah, like the 50% drop off, but
yeah,
the
but the
15%
price, yes,
increase, they
yes,
might
yeah,
offset
yeah,
each other
yeah,
minus
yeah,
costs.
yeah.
yeah,
So
fewer people to support, and I don't know,
yeah, it's
maybe.
yeah, I just don't know. But yeah, I don't know anyone like everyone I talk to has still said that Game Pass Ultimate is their favorite thing. So
Yeah, I mean, and this past week, I think we saw the first drop of a game that was on Ultimate, but no longer going to be on the meeting level, which was Ball times whatever it was.
oh yes, yeah, yep, yep, yep. I
And
can't think of the name of it either, but yes, yeah,
yeah, Ball times Pit. So,
yes, yeah.
Oh,
so.
okay. I wonder if Keeper got put on that because
I
Keeper,
think Keeper
Fun.
was another one that probably hit that where only the Ultimate got it on day one, and they said it'll probably be within a year it'll be out on the regular levels. So
Within a year. Could be a year, could be a month. You don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, it's within.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yep. It's a strange world we're living in, guys.
so I mean I do like getting the day one, and it seems like there's going to be an increase of day one drops for the Game Pass Ultimate level, and honestly, if Keeper was delayed past the time that it came out, I don't know if I'd end up playing it on Game Pass after the initial release. I mean, I did play it. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but
Right.
so it's the fear of missing out. You got to get it when it first comes out. You don't want to play it once the game comes out. Everybody's already talked about it.
You got all the spoilers, and yes, yeah.
I mean, I try to avoid spoilers anyway, but I think the more the FOMOs for stuff that's online play with multiplayer, because then people are
Because
like,
you
"Oh,
want to
we're
have
playing
the
it.
biggest audience.
You want to play it with
Yes,
us?" And
yeah.
so if for me, single player stuff, I don't ever have FOMO for that because you can play it anytime and it doesn't matter. And I don't read spoilers on stuff anyway, so that doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I mean, if it's multiplayer and you want to play multiplayer, you got to get it now.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Then next up, Charisma Devil asks, every week before I compose my question, I always look at gaming news stories and the new releases. Why do you think there are so many new releases out this week? Normally, we don't see this giant influx until mid-November, just before Black Friday. So I can tell you with no spoilers, there's a shitload of new releases we're going to talk about tonight, and that's only half of the new releases out this week. They've been culled big time. And I don't know why on October 20th we have this sort of level of new releases coming out. I just, Shadow and I were casually discussing earlier, I just have no idea. There's just an absolute shitload.
I mean, I thought it might just be because of GTA 5 got not so much delayed, just announced for next year. So people are finally going, okay, I can put out my game finally and not be against GTA 5. And also Silksong came out.
Yeah.
So some of these stuff might have already been scheduled, but some of it might have been updated. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the list, but it's possible some of this stuff got bumped up or announced or whatever for a release date because they were just waiting on GTA 5 and Silksong, which is kind of silly about Silksong, but it sold a lot. So
plus, I mean, in the near future, you got COD coming out, and nobody likes going up against COD. So
yeah,
a lot of these guys realized that after last year, seeing a couple games fail that should have been top-notch games that had a lot of play, and just got hidden in the shadow of a couple big titles. So maybe they're moving them up to get those sales before the big games hit. So
yeah, I was considering that as well, and also, I mean, which is a great idea, except for this year, Battlefield 6 is doing so great, and it just came out. So now they're up against Battlefield 6, which is not as much as COD, but
Borderlands is still new. A lot of people.
Yeah, Borderlands is new. I don't hear anybody talking about it that much. But
Beth has been playing it nonstop. She put in like probably
I don't talk to
7
Tim,
hours
so.
yesterday. She probably she's up
Really?
there. She's been playing it since she finished dinner today at 5:30. So
All right.
Yeah. No,
Glad
she,
it's
yeah.
good.
no,
I'm
she's
still playing the hell out of it too. So it's,
yeah. And then
I
Selden
definitely
and
want to
Tiff
play it.
still haven't played yet because Selden's mean. But
I haven't played. I played with my son one time, and like I'm like, okay, if you want to play again, just let me know. And I don't think he appreciated me yelling at him to tell him to get over here and do this. So,
oh, yeah, then you'll appreciate playing with Tiff, where she'll tell you to get over somewhere and do something. uh, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just been a weird game release cycle the last 6 to 8 months, I would say. But yeah,
I definitely want to play Borderlands. It's just I don't need to get it yet but although it is a multiplayer game, so but it's not. I mean, it's a multiplayer campaign,
yeah.
so you can still
yeah,
kind of play it anytime. But I will play it. But I feel like most of the time that stuff goes on sale. Borderlands stuff goes on sale pretty quickly, like 6 months.
yeah. I don't even know. Like when Tiff was like pre-ordered, I just bought her the $120 version or whatever. So yeah.
I feel like at this point, separate topic about buying games, but I've just noticed that like because of the all the influx of the Ubisoft stuff now coming in, some of the stuff that I bought in the past that it was on sale, I still hadn't played yet, and now it's on there, so I didn't have to buy it. So I might even be starting to buy fewer and fewer games than I do currently because by the time I get around to playing something, it might be free for me. So
No, you never know.
yeah, Game
Oh,
Pass Ultimate.
It's sad when your Xbox library has become like your Steam Deck library.
Yes,
yes.
that, but also you actually paid for stuff you didn't need to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. Anyway.
All right. And last but certainly not least, for the second week in a row, Altius asks, have you heard the former Assassin's Creed franchise lead has come out and said that he did not make the choice to leave Ubisoft, implying he was let go? Could this have anything to do with Project Scarlet's cancellation?
I don't think it's a far reach to make that assumption.
Well, but I
But
mean, it's not his fault that it got canceled. I don't think.
I would not place fault there either. And Ubisoft doubled back on this and said, no, he's just geographically in the wrong place and we're doing stuff locally and this and that. But this is 2025. Like, you can
Is
be.
this a back to office type thing, and he wouldn't go back or something?
No, he's just in a completely different country. So he can't really go back to that office without like a multi-$1,000 commute. But
And I get no, that's true. I guess what I actually meant was, did all the office go back, and then he's still separate, and they want to have somebody there, like walking around, like talking to people?
okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe
Sorry,
like
yeah,
someone to walk through the cubes and check in with people, kind of like the same thing I do at work. I make a stroll every day. I go talk to all my people and I see what they're up to and what their pain points are. And yeah, it could be that. But if this is the guy that was pushing on Project Scarlet and then all of a sudden there was this, hey, slavery is a bad video and the KKK is a bad video game choice for some reason, like
yeah,
good guys, bad guys. But
but the higher ups would have known that he was doing that from the start. So if they didn't want
I
it, they would have
guess
just
so.
said,
Yeah,
"Don't
yeah.
make that." It might just be that they were wanting to go in a different direction that he didn't seem to want to go in, and they just said, "Okay, well, see ya. We're gonna do this other thing, and we're gonna kind of." I mean, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game all the way through for a long time,
No, nor have
and
I.
just
Like we
because,
talked about last week. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe I'm hoping that it might be for the best. Saying what you've been doing has been okay, but we want to kind of change things way up and just kind of start fresh. If that's the case, great, but it still sucks he's lost his job. But otherwise, I mean, that might be why. I don't know. Just speculation.
Yeah, that's all we can do. Unless he comes out like our was it Halo? The Halo guy that said he
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to talk about something in 2026. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and give us the
Yeah.
real deal
The,
scoop. So
was it art director or something?
yeah, it was the art director. Yes, yeah. So now we can wait for that for the Assassin's Creed guy to come out
Yeah.
in 2026. So all right. Well, that wraps up comments and questions. So if any of you have comments or questions, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com or comment on the episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And on that, why don't we hop on over into the billion things that Selden has been playing. Selden, what have you been playing this week?
As I mentioned earlier, I have been playing Borderlands. I have dabbled in Battlefield. I did try Keeper out for a little while. Back at Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. I was in this weekend the Arc Raiders stress test on Xbox, and let me tell you, you know how much I love extraction shooters.
You do.
And this game fucking hit the niche with me perfectly. I absolutely loved the time I got to spend in that beta, the testing phase, the stress test that they did, and that game plays very nice. So just enough of a dabble that I'm probably definitely picking this up when this comes out. Hopefully they don't have any issues and that they keep going with the direction they are, because that game it was pretty spot on from what I saw. So a lot of areas that are still yet to be uncovered if you once you buy the game, like different parts of your base and stuff like that you can do and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that when that finally drops. And once again, yeah, it's the extraction shooter itch is finally being filled finally with another game on Xbox. So loving that. And then I also tried out, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but the Ball X Pit, Ball times Pit, or whatever, however you want to say it. It's kind of an interesting mashup of of the old Arkanoid or Breakout type game where you have the rolling things coming towards you, and you got to keep shooting balls up to destroy them. But it's also got that survivor, that vampire survivor aspect where you get different power ups, and if you get certain levels of the power ups, you can combine them to create other weapon type things, and so you have to build the recipes out to figure out which power-ups that you want to use to get combined to give you additional weapons and stuff like that. And then it's got another little mechanic where you're building out your base. So it's got a base building aspect where, like, in between games, you go into the base to collect resources to build other things and things. So it's a really positive, it's a really good mashup of a few different type of games, and I find myself keep going back to it. It's like real quick games, unless of course you're doing really well, it could take up to maybe 20 minutes to clear a board if you go all the way through the boss at the end of the board, and then you just keep building it up. And I just unlocked the Tundra map next, so I'll be fighting through the Tundra map next. Yeah, it's a Game Pass game. It's very 8-bit-esque in its graphics, but it plays really well, and it's a lot of fun. So, and it's a twin shooter, so you're moving the guy with one, and you're shooting directions with the other controller. So, it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
But that takes up pretty much what I've been playing this week. So,
the Deep Rock, Galactic Survivor.
Yeah.
What is it? What kind of game is that again?
That's another survivor type game, like a Vampire Survivor, but it's 4 levels that you have to clear the level and destroy the boss on each level, and then it'll take you down to the next level. But it's got that survivor-esque type of game. It's only a single stick move, so you have to get weapons that shoot different directions or bombs or radius affect areas and stuff like that. But it plays like a survivor, one of those type of survivor games, and it's a lot of fun too. So. But it's based off the Deep Rock Galactic franchise that has their own game out.
Yes.
But like that's the first person. This is like a top down type thing. So
okay,
and it's a lot of fun too, and that's also on Game Pass.
So. Yeah, I just downloaded it just because you said you liked it, so
yeah,
give it a shot.
That's the power of Selden right there.
Yeah,
you got to download.
And you said you played a little Keeper, which I didn't. I meant to.
I played it. It's with all the other high energy titles that are out right now, it's really a letdown, slow story driven game that it's just not holding my. Every time I'm like, I got to give it a good effort. I probably played like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, casually. But at one point, like I fell asleep while I was playing it. I was like,
That's never a good sign.
It's
Never a good thing.
well, I've also fallen asleep during Destiny raids, but that's
No,
because I'm
that's true.
drunk.
You have.
It's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
night, so. But no, it's
You-
just. But
Belden, why are you
with
over
the-
there grinding the wall? You're supposed to be standing on your
Selden?
button.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
but-
hear that snoring?
But with the titles like Borderland and Battlefield out right now that are high energy, fast moving, exciting, and to drop back into a game like Keeper, it was just like just not the right frame of mind and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not looking for that long drawn out storyline. It doesn't feel like you have a lot of option. There's not really a lot of mechanical gameplay in it. It's more like you're just walking a fucking lighthouse around and it prompts you for everything you got to do.
It
It's
is
like,
weird that a lighthouse is a character in the game. So,
It's
yes.
Double Fine though, so
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and the story itself seems to have like it's not in your face story, but you're kind of getting the idea of the story. But it's just it's very slow.
Well, from what I gather, it keeps ramping up as the
Yeah.
game goes on. So,
But it's not challenging at all. There's no challenge yet in the game,
Right.
So
yeah.
So,
Like,
and you said you played Battlefield and
even the
Borderlands.
initial opening, it
Sorry.
felt like there was a little bit of challenge because you had to try to balance as you're walking as a keeper, as the lighthouse.
Yeah.
But that ends quickly, and all of a sudden you have no problem balancing, and it's not anything that you're doing
Oh.
different. So it's like,
All right. And so you like Borderlands and Battlefield?
yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm loving Battlefields, and Borderland is definitely top of the list right now. So
Nice. So for Borderlands 4, Claptrap's not in it as much, from what I heard.
he's in it sporadically, but he's definitely not one of the main like companions at all. So
Because
You
he
find
has
him
a
randomly
different voice actor.
yeah, you
Oh,
find
yeah,
him
that's
randomly
it.
for like side missions and stuff like that, but he's not really. He doesn't push the story forward or anything past like the very opening of the game. So
Yeah,
I feel like in the go ahead.
you go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like in the first game he was in it just enough and he was funny, but he wasn't like overly in the game. And then they realized, oh, everyone likes Claptrap. We're gonna put him crazily in everything, and he's just gonna be
Yeah,
all
yeah.
over the place, and everything's gonna involve him. And then we did a whole game that's almost like all him and the pre-sequel. And so, yeah, I'm glad they're pulling back a little bit.
Yeah, no, for the amount of time that I've watched Tiffany play it when I'm cooking or prepping food or whatever, I have only heard Claptrap for the first time yesterday. So,
Wow,
yeah, he's dialed
All
back.
right. That's good. Just
Mhm.
use sparingly. I like him, but when he's in everything, it just gets old.
It's like they're trying to over comic it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
what about you, Brian? What have you been playing?
Oh,
Not anything really. I meant to. I downloaded Keeper. I was excited to check that out, but it was Friday, and then I had a busy weekend. Friday was an anniversary, and it was just a busy weekend.
Happy
with that
anniversary,
stuff.
buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. 16 years.
Well,
Little Nightmares 3. I had started. I think last week I said, yeah, I
mhm.
started it, and then I didn't play any more of it, and I'm still there. I still haven't gone back to it.
It
'cause
happens. It happens.
it's been a crazy week, but just with all sorts of other stuff. I mentioned it previously, and also to Derek that I've been working on a lot of audio stuff for my other hobbies, and looking to get audio equipment and lots of other type of things I do for hobbies. So just been a crazy week with that stuff. Didn't have any time to play it. I meant to, and it just didn't happen. And I actually earlier today, because I worked from home today, I'm like, man, I'll just take a break. I'll play a little bit of something so I can come in saying I played
I
this.
played
game, but-
this.
but I didn't have time, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, it was not a week for me. How about you, Derek?
Well, for me, it's pretty easy because this is what I say every week. All I played is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now there's a Chucky event going on. There's
No
a
way.
bunch of Chuckies running around. It's ludicrous.
Wow,
Ludacris was in an earlier season.
it's not ludicrous.
Yes, it's not actually
It's not-
ludicrous.
It's not being.
It's just ludicrous with a lowercase L. But yeah, so I've been playing that. I'm still at Prestige 10. I'm at level 400 something there. Whether I make the 1,000 before I switch or not is probably not going to be the thing. Although they give like double XP is now like a constant thing, basically. Like this whole last week was like double XP for the week, and that's like double XP, double weapon XP, double battle pass XP. They just want people to feel good about Call of Duty before you go to the next one. I already pre-ordered the next one, so it doesn't matter. But
I mean, they should do like a 10x XP or something. But then the people who did 1,000 legit before that would be pissed.
Oh, that would be such a sick burn. But yes, they should. Yes.
I just think our fans are going to be so disappointed in you that you didn't reach 1,000 by the time.
Well, I didn't start the game until 4 months after it came out, so just saying. And I have
this time, if he starts it on time, this time next year he'll have 1,000.
And I have 209 days of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So figure that out as someone that works a job where they get to. I'm in the office before 7:15 every morning, and yeah, it doesn't add up.
So it's 100 per level until the last one, which is 1,000.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so 100.
No, it's 60 per
prestige.
It's 60 per level until
60 per prestige, and then it's 1,000.
Yes, and then it goes to 1,000.
Okay, yeah. So 60 times that, so 540 plus that, so 1,540 basically.
Yep.
And then you played 209 days. Yeah. So you're doing pretty good there. That's what, like 5. I don't know. That's like 7 levels a day or something.
It's insane.
That's a lot.
Your disappointment. That's all I'm saying.
No.
And that doesn't account for like cruises and stuff.
No, exactly. Or all of any of my vacations or any of my golf trips or yes. So I'm feeling pretty good about this number. Like when I get on a game and there's someone else that's prestige 10, I've only seen 2 1,000s. But I see a lot of people that are like 200, 190. Like I'm the god of most games. So yeah, that makes me feel good. So yeah, despite what Selden says. So.
But yet he plays no other games.
Yes.
He talks about him though.
I do
talk about some other game.
I did pick up a Pokemon A to Z for my son.
It's called Z to A.
But I have not had a chance to play it yet because he's been monopolizing the Switch 2 for that game. He keeps telling me all the wonderful things that are about the game, but I have not yet played it. So yeah, he seems to like it a lot. It's a Legends game, so there's not the whole gym structure where you have to fight through it. The different gyms to get everything. They've made some improvements with the TMs. You no longer need to make that tough choice of do I eliminate this move just to add this new TM, not to get it back. Now you got a library that you can call your TMs. You can have your Pokemon relearn the move again.
Right. I played some Pokemon games, but I don't know what the fuck a TM is.
That's their moves, that the technical moves or whatever that they have. They're the ones that grant each Pokemon the different attacks that they can have. You can have 4 attacks per Pokemon ready to go, but you have to make a choice at some point where you're going to take one of those moves out and add like a better move. So the TMs are
4 at a time.
Yeah, you can only have 4 at a time. So they improve that so you don't forever lose the prior attack if you want to try a different attack in one of those slots.
Do you just like store it somewhere?
Yeah, it just kind of stores on the background. You go through the menu and you can reapply it to them and stuff like that.
Okay.
The map seems to be at this point only a giant city, so it's no longer running around the wilderness between towns and stuff like that. So he said he thinks there is some kind of subterranean sewer system that you can go through also, but so
is that good or bad that it's just a city?
At first I'm like, well, it seems like it's kind of small compared to what some of the old Pokemon games, like you could just walk forever type thing. There are giant maps, but now with the city, watching it a little bit, it's constant moving around doing things. They still have all the different elements of the battles, the fire, the water, the ground areas and stuff like that. And so yeah, I haven't played it, just only watched a little bit, but he does seem to like it. So I think it's getting pretty good reviews from him at least. So
That's good. I know I
If you-
mentioned last. Go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
No, you.
All right, Sultan, if you can just get this kid off to college, you'll have your Switch 2 back.
It's actually his. I bought it for his birthday for him. And I
Oh.
just use it to play occasionally when I get it. A little bit.
enough.
Last week I was just mentioning that I watched this YouTuber named Arlo that he's like a Muppet kind of like a blue Muppet guy. Anyway, he was talking about how he's just into Nintendo stuff, and he said that he played Pokemon and he just thought it was sort of empty, like there wasn't that much stuff in there in the city. So I don't know, and he thought, well, maybe it was just a pre-release thing or like the videos he had seen. But then he started to play it, and he's like, yeah, it is kind of empty. So I don't know if that's what your son feels or if it's I don't know. I've never played a Pokemon game, so
I think if it's a city only Pokemon, that's definitely a different vibe than previous Pokemons because you always had the vast wilderness that you could walk
And then
around
we
and see
come
things
out of the
from miles away.
bushes and
yeah.
yes, yeah.
And now it's all city environment, so it's probably feels different the way it looks. So
that's true.
It's like when you went from Blood Gulch to okay, that's a terrible example, but yeah. You know when you went from like an all wilderness Halo map, and then all of a sudden it was so industrial, and you were like, oh,
like Chiron 34 or whatever.
Yeah. See, same thing.
Going from Halo 3 to Halo ODST.
Oh yes, ODST was all the buildings, all
that
the
was
time.
so much vibes. That was just vibes. Love that game. Such vibes.
Said no one ever.
That music, I love that game.
I did enjoy ODST.
That music is great.
You know what music was great was the Molnir remix of the Halo theme. That was
also
that
great.
was played at Tiff and I's wedding. That was one of our
on Guitar Hero.
No, it was part of the walk-in music for everyone.
I still think one of the best soundtrack games is Brutal Legends.
Yeah, I can't remember if I actually ended up playing that. I went back through and played a lot of the of those games, but I don't think I played that. I think I tried it. I don't know if I finished it.
Brutal Legends was awesome.
No, that's the Jack Black game. I played it too. Yes,
it was kind of a shitty game build wise, but it had that humor and it had the soundtrack that fucking rocks. So.
Yes, yeah. I still have that somewhere on a disc, but none of my consoles take discs.
Yeah, I guess a couple weeks ago was the anniversary of the release of the game, and there's an achievement that you have to play with somebody that's played against the creator of the game.
Oh.
And annually he goes on the day the game dropped and he boots back in and plays the game all day to get that achievement for people so that he could spread it around. There was like a big story about it. I read about it. I was like, that's actually awesome. Kind of cool. It's one of those hard achievements that you don't think you can get, but if you play on that special day, you might actually get to play with the guy or at least get matched up with somebody that just played with them type thing. So
that's like the GRAW achievement where Major Nelson had to be in the top 5 in the world, and he had the game early. So yeah,
the reason that Derek doesn't care about achievements.
Yep. It broke achievements for me forever.
Forever.
I can't get that one. I'm never trying for any of them again.
Nope, never ever.
Let's get into the new releases. Let's
all right.
Go.
On that, let's power slam through the new releases. So, just as a caveat, before we start going through these,
take a drink.
These are the big new releases, but this list was,
according to Derek,
2.5 times this big, and some of these aren't even big new releases. These are just ones I chose. I left out the shits. So first big new release out this week is Ninja Gaiden. I don't know how people say it. Some people say Gaiden. Some people say Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 4 out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC. This is a long-awaited game. And from all reports, this thing is fucking insanely awesome. So, yeah. And now there's 2 characters you can play. You kind of toggle back between them. They have different skills. I may actually pick this one up and timeshare my gaming time.
Ooh.
Yeah, either you guys looking on this?
No.
I got so much shit on my plate right
What-
now, game wise. I don't know if I'm going to be picking this one up yet. So
What's timeshare?
It's where like I don't play Call of Duty and I play a different game. I even saying it out loud sounds so
It's
absurd.
weird.
to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very foreign.
yeah.
Different game.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you know how
Makes
buttons work on
sense.
other games now?
I don't. I have no idea.
I mean, is A jump? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's X.
No, that's why there's remap. So yes, yeah, and worst case, I can take my scuff and remap at anything the way I want. So
To Call of Duty, Call
Yes.
of Duty buttons.
always to bumper jumper. Like even I don't play Call of Duty the way people are supposed to play Call of Duty. I play a bumper jumper. So yeah,
Never
So-
played over jumper in my life. No,
No.
no, thank you.
it's the right way to play and the tasty way to do it. Yep.
What did you do before Halo 3?
I was an idiot. I never did the claw though.
No.
Like some kind of weird freak. No offense to claw people out there, but if
A
you
is
are a
jump
claw,
for life.
just leave the show. Just quit. Yeah.
I always thought that was a
Don't
gimmick
do
way
that.
to play. Anyways, I thought it was just somebody trying to be funny.
All right.
So I don't play Ninja Gaiden, but I think
Hey,
that's great. They're
Third
still
time's the
making them,
charm,
and
buddy.
I think it's great they're still making them. I know that 3 was a black and
Yep.
3 were big deals. I'm glad that companies are still making games based upon older properties that people our age know about that are still good and isn't just shovelware throwing away for the name type of thing. So great.
No, AAA title all the way. Yeah. If someone wants to slow me down and just interrupt, I'll stop. But I'm just going to try to hammer through these because there's so many. Next new release out this week is Jurassic World Evolution 3. This is out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC. This is kind of like a The Sims meets that amusement park game meets it's basically you build your own Jurassic Park and do resource management and that shit. I haven't played any of these, and I actually don't know anyone that ever has.
Hard pass.
I haven't, but I've heard they're really good actually.
All right, fair enough. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon meets The Sims. So go ahead, or Sim City, I guess is more like it. Next up is Painkiller 2025. It has 2025 in the name for a reason. This is out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC. This is that game that came out of some other country. I'm pulling it up. It is out of... I can't find it easily. This was a first-person shooter that was super popular. Came out in 2024. It was from another country. It was their first game. It dealt with fighting the devil and all this shit. It actually became in that year MLG's big competitive shooter, and people, it was controversial because it wasn't like a proved in shooter. It wasn't like a Halo or one of those things. It just came out and they just dropped it in as the competitive game, or one of the competitive games on the MLG circuit. So it looks great. It was super popular at the time. Part of that probably had to do with it being an MLG game. I don't have a big connection to this game at all. I don't even think I played the first one once. So either you guys?
Doesn't really strike a bell as remembering playing that. So
Nope, not here.
All right. Then we'll move on through this massive list. Next up is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC. This game came out forever ago as Vampire the Masquerade, and then coincidentally, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, the original, also came out in 2004. Like, what's up with bringing back 2004 games? So this is a sequel after 21 years to that game. It's an action RPG. The first one was super well received. Masquerade was even more well received, but I didn't even recall this game except for the name.
I know the name just because it's pretty famous, but yeah, I've not played it.
What are we talking about? The vampire game?
Vampire the Masquerade. It's
Yeah, I'm done with
it's a
vampires after
show, I
Redfall.
think.
Fuck vampire games.
What?
After Redfall was such a disappointment, I'm done with vampire games.
All right, fair enough. All right.
No, it's a tabletop role playing game. That's what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, it was originally a tabletop. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Next new release out this week is Dispatch, out for the PlayStation and the PC, not Xbox. So
Dispatch.
yes. So this game is an like, we haven't seen this in a while. This is an episodic adventure game where the game comes out this week, and then new episodes come out each week until November 12th. It stars Aaron Paul. Like, you may know him from Breaking Bad, if you will.
Yep.
Maybe some other stuff.
I will.
So he's basically a superhero that was suit based. Like, all his power came from his suit. His suit got fucked up. So then he gets demoted to being a dispatcher of other superheroes.
I thought you said soup based. like
no,
soup.
no, soup. That might be the noise canceling that I've turned on. So he is suit based, like where he has no powers unless he has his suit.
Okay. Gotcha.
SUIT.
Understood.
and his suit gets destroyed, so then he just becomes a dispatcher for other superheroes. It sounds funny, sounds cool, but not my vibe.
It's the graphics and the storyline sounds not storyline, but the universe sounds like it's something like from the Invincibles. Like it,
yes, yeah.
The coloration, the graphic style, it definitely has that Invincible type of feel to the way it looks. This game does look slightly interesting. I haven't played a story driven game like this for a while, so I don't think I'm going to get it, but it does interest me. I am intrigued by the game. So
Brian's just looking confused.
I mean, I like episodic adventure games, and I like Aaron Paul. So I mean, I'd probably like watch a let's play a part of it or something just to kind of get a feel for it. I like all these games that it's talking about, like the former Telltale games, worked on Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, Tales of the Borderlands. All those are great.
Yep.
So
all episodic games. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would be interested in this. I would probably give a watch to a little bit of it, just kind of get a vibe, but yeah, looks cool.
Right. All right. In our rapid fire new releases with millions, next new release out is Double Dragon Revived, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, and the PC. So this is basically a homage to Double Dragon, but with modern graphics. That's how I'm going to simplify this down to a sentence and a half.
If I'm going to go old school ninja type game, I'm going Ninja Gaiden at this point. I'm not going to go back and revisit Double Dragon Revive, so I'm passing that.
I played I played way more Double Dragon than I did Ninja Gaiden when I was a kid, so I would probably give this a shot before the other. But I mean, this is what 2D side scroller.
Yep.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is 3D platformer type thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So different. But between the two, I'd probably give this a shot first, just because I was always into the side scrolling kind of beat 'em up games from when I was a kid, and those are the ones we rented on the weekends or my buddies had, and we'd get together and play. So I don't know. I might play with my son or something. It'd be fun. Kind of like Ninja Turtles type thing, but
Yeah,
Double Dragon.
exactly. Yes.
So
Yeah. Yep. Got
yeah.
that retro itch scratched, but something new. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it's on, as I always say, if it's on sale, I might give it a shot.
that's where you always go to. So,
I do.
yep. All right. Next new release out this week is Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, and the PC. So this is kind of a remaster, but plus. So it's obviously a modern version, HD video. They added multiplayer, additional game modes, uh, all kinds of stuff to Plants vs. Zombies. And I guess that was the major shortcomings of Plants vs. Zombies. It had to be local multiplayer, and those games were super popular. I played them with the kids when they were little. So I don't plan on playing this, but I could see why people would want to play this.
If it was one of the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, I would be more interested in it. I'm not looking to go back to
Oh.
the tower defense style Plants vs. Zombie games anymore. I do love the environment, the world that Plants vs. Zombie is, but I think I'm done with the tower defense type Plants vs. Zombie. I'd much rather have. I would have been more excited if it was the Garden Warfare, where it was the mass shooter type thing. So
Fair enough.
I have not played any Plants vs. Zombie games ever, and I won't play this one.
That is a strong statement from Shadow.
wow.
All right, I still can't even believe you said that, knowing your silly gamer score that you wouldn't have played those games. But
I don't know if they're easy game to score. I just don't like tower defense.
no. Next new release out this week is Power Wash Simulator 2. The game that we all thought was insane when the first one came out, and now there's a second one. Like, nobody wants to power wash their own shit, but they made a game where you power wash shit, and then this time they changed it up so that, like, there's different tips, and you can use, like, instead of soap being a limited resource, you can always use soap. Or you can get a spinny disc and put it on your power washer and do stuff. I, I, I guess I just don't have this weird thing in me where I need to see something that's dirty and then clean it. As you can tell from my office, as you guys saw earlier, like it's just not my kind of thing. But there's some people that just need to see something.
It's those people with like the little OCD complex.
Yeah.
They find this game very cathartic and like pleasing as they play it. I don't. I find it annoying because it feels like work, and fuck that. But it doesn't surprise me that they came out with a second. I mean, people are still buying every edition of Goat Simulator, and who the fuck wants to be a goat?
Nobody.
But people still buy this fucking stupid shit. But no, it doesn't surprise me that Power Simulator 2 came out because it does feel that it fits that niche of people that really want to just sit and chill and be methodic about cleaning something. They're probably also the serial killers, so
they're probably also the people that bought the lawnmower game where you had to mow the lawn. Yeah.
Or farming simulator.
Well, if I'm going to be called a serial killer, I just won't comment.
So you're a guy that likes this game.
So no, I don't. I mean, I haven't. My son plays it, but he played the first one. I like to do it in real life in my house because I like things clean. It
I
is a little
watched
cathartic.
Tiff power wash our deck this weekend.
It is
From the
somewhat
inside.
cathartic. Yeah. But it's more.
Did
and
you
it's
make
funny.
her wear a bikini when she did it?
What?
I'm just sitting. Imagine Derek sitting there with like a cigar or a
You
blunt
just watching
and
her
a scotch,
power wash.
just sitting there on the couch watching her work out on the porch.
Oh yes, yeah.
Sorry.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like things clean when I can. Yeah, I
If Brian's broken.
Side comment here, not game related, but I've been recently looking into like helping with groups that do like in like cemeteries, like gravestone cleanings and stuff to like take off like lichens and mold and crap like that off of like historical markers and stuff, which shows you how to clean shit. So I've been watching some stuff on that recently, and that made me think of this, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess sort of not the same thing, but I guess I'm a serial killer. So anyway, moving on.
Stays Selden. All right. Next new release out this week is Jackbox Party Pack 11, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, the PC, Mac, and iOS. So, as you know from at least 2/3 of our hosts, we love the Jackbox Party Packs. And this one, out of its 5 games, I'm not going to go through all of them, but one of them is kind of new to how Jackbox works. So everyone knows that Jackbox, you use your phone, you can have as many people on as you want, or up to the limit, usually 8 players. Sometimes you just pick buttons and answer questions. Sometimes you write words. Sometimes you draw stuff. This one has a special mini game called Hearsay, which is kind of like you're a Foley artist and you actually record sound and dialogue through your phone that then gets played through the game, which is a brand new mechanic for any of the Jackbox mini games.
That's true.
Which sounds pretty fucking cool. So, we have all the other Jackbox games, so we're obviously buying this one. But I just thought that was a cool twist on the Jackbox motif. So,
yeah, that is pretty neat. I don't buy all of them.
Sounds interesting too. That's the true crime where one of the players is
the
crook,
yes,
the bad person, and
you
got to defend yourself, or it's basically mafia or whatever, Among Us type game thing. So
yeah, I thought it was great. So
yeah, I don't buy them all, but what I do, I love. They're fun.
Nice.
Since we're on this genre, did you try the beta access yet for the dungeon game we bought? We backed on Kickstarter.
I have not yet tried that. I know it's sitting there and I can pull it down and do it whenever, but we haven't had all the kids over. Like, we have the wedding upcoming and things are crazy, and I want the most people here for it instead of just Tiff and I. But you're talking about Dungeon Box?
Yep, that's the one.
Yep. Yeah. So have you tried that?
I have tried it, but I only played it single player.
Okay, you're even worse than me. I could have at least played with Tiff, but you just played it single player.
I wanted to see what it was like. So it's got some polishing still to do. It defaulted to the PC voice, so it's very, very mechanical in how it tells the story, and it's kind of annoying. It's like your default PC voice, like when it translates a document for you.
Yeah, or your default Alexa voice. And
I wish I could default it to something or pick something else. I only played it the one time, but it was fun. It definitely was intriguing. I was trying to break it and go outside of what the answers it was looking for, and it's adjusted on a dime and did what I was saying, and it was pretty cool. So
nice. Yeah, we'll try that soon, I would assume. So. All right, and the last new release which is really only half the new releases, out this week is Once Upon a Katamari, out for the Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. So anyone that's ever played Katamari Damacy, you pretty much know what this game is. It's been a while. It was originally started as a PlayStation game, and then eventually now has gone multi-platform. And if you like spinning a giant ball of shit and picking up other shit, this is your kind of game. Like, there's not a lot of games that are like, yeah, just roll a snowball of stuff and get other stuff. It's
Just clean it up.
it's as exclusive as like a Stranding game. Like, there's very few genres like this. There's Stranding games and there's Katamari games. I can't think of any others like this.
Power
That's
Washer
the thing.
Simulator 3000.
Oh crap! What's the name of that game where you move the hole around and things drop into it and it gets bigger?
Holes.
No. Donut County. It's
Donut County was, yeah.
similar.
Oh,
it's not the same thing.
It's kind of like
But
the opposite,
it has the
but
same
the same.
idea.
Yes, yes.
You're
yeah.
like collecting everything in this big hole. The hole keeps getting bigger and bigger until you've collected everything, and then
Yep.
yeah. So it's in the same universe, but it's not similar.
Yeah.
Really. I know that I listened to Jeff Gersman. He said his son like loves these games. That's all he plays. He just comes home and he's like, "Hi, Dad. I love you. Want to play Katamari?"
Mm,
So kids like this stuff. I got one. I don't know if it's for free or really cheap to throw on my son's Switch at some point. And I don't know if he really played it too much. Just seemed like something he would like, but a lot of kids do like this. So
Yeah, I
and
think
it's,
this is
safe.
this is an example of a game that really was groundbreaking when it first came out, and everybody played it and loved it and raved about it, and they didn't let it die afterwards, and they just kept pumping games out. There's definitely a group of people that like these games, but as a general, I don't think it nearly is
It
as
shouldn't be a
powerful as it should
genre.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
it shouldn't
yeah.
be a genre.
Yep.
Yeah, it is definitely that where it's like, cool, that was cool. Okay, moving on. No, let's not move on. Let's make 5 more of them.
Yeah.
All right, but like we know it, we get it, we get it.
We
can play the old
understand.
games.
It's a big ball of shit that we roll
We
around.
can play the old games, and they're
Yeah.
just as good as this. And
The graphics have not improved in these games at all over the years.
no,
It's
Yeah.
still that cell, not even shaded. It's just cell colored.
Yep. Yep.
so besides all these, I'm not going to add a ton more, but I will say, because we're not going to be on for the next 2 weeks, we've got Outer Worlds 2 coming out on the 29th, and we've got, or 24th, I guess, if you pre-order, and then we've got the Mortal Kombat Collection, which is the 29th, which I'm excited for. So that's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, tell you the truth, man, with Mortal Kombat and Ninja Gaiden and Double Dragon, it's like it's reinventing the arcade all over again from the 80s and 90s. So
What year is this?
Well,
Jurassic World?
yeah, in Jurassic anything, yes.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remakes coming out.
Mm.
Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
All right. Well, on that, why don't we drop on over to gaming news? And if any of you have something you want to need to diversify beyond AAA. Now, we've said this many of times, that we've noticed this pigeonholing of gaming just down to AAA titles. There's no longer like a diversity of games. There's no longer B titles. Selden has found all the C, D, E, and F titles, but
that's for sure.
but we're missing that layer just below AAA that used to exist. And this is a studio boss that is saying, yeah, you can't just put all your eggs in your AAA basket. You need to have some other content that people will buy, and they will. I think it's refreshing to hear this from someone in the industry versus someone talking about the industry. So,
Yeah,
and I
for
mean, I
sure.
totally agree because like if there wasn't that tier below AAA, we probably would never have gotten games like Crazy Taxi or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
like it's Crazy Taxi's not a AAA game. It never was. It was an arcade
It was
setup
fun
game,
as shit.
and it was one of the most fun games that ever hit the arcade or the consoles, and it was just great. It was just mindless fun, and they need more titles like that to be pushed out by these guys. They got the talent. They have great ideas. A lot of these guys. They don't need to sink hundreds of millions of dollars into all these triple A's. They could be putting out these games, in between that and the 8-bit crap games that I play, and it would be perfect. So
At least you admit that.
I
Yes, yeah.
I feel like they got risk averse so badly that they don't realize that just not risking any smaller games and going into their games is also a risk, because then the big game will cost you the most, and if it tanks, then you're out all that money instead of being out a small
Exactly.
amount of
Yes.
money.
Yep.
So you should take more risks with smaller stuff that might hit, and if it hits, make a sequel or do something else with it.
Start a
But
franchise. Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
just do huge games and games that are sequels and games based upon known properties forever, because eventually that's going to stop. People will stop buying, you know, not Call of Duty, but they'll stop buying, the seventh, eighth game in a series, or they'll stop buying things based upon something that's just not popular anymore in
Yep.
the public purview. So, yeah, I mean, you need to have guys that have good ideas, like you said. There's guys out there who have good ideas, and women who have good ideas, and use that and just
Yeah.
have them. Okay, come up with something, pitch me it. Okay, go, start making it, and there's no such thing as in the industry. There's not like AAA, double A, whatever. It's just we're putting a lot of money into this, or we're putting a small amount of money into
Yep.
this, pretty
Yep.
much. So, but you can have stuff that's not super expensive that's still really good and does well. I mean, look at Vampire Survivors, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
That did amazingly. Balatro, one guy,
Yep.
sold like crazy. Blueprints. I mean, these are all just like huge. They did really well, I think, and they
No,
didn't cost a
everybody
ton.
thinks, yeah. No, but
Yeah.
it's the studios get this in their minds that it's like, oh, we need to be all AAA and competing with the other AAA titles.
The numbers have
but-
to keep going up on
Yeah.
the graph, and if they don't go
Yeah.
up, then they're going to go down, or they're our our shareholders are going to be pissed off. But
Yeah. No, I thought this was a refreshing opinion from someone that ran a studio to put this out there on Front Street, and maybe this will spark conversation among other studio heads and those that make decisions. But yeah, no, I think this is a great direction to go, and I really hope that this has some connectivity with other studios. So, yeah.
yep.
Mhm.
All right, next story.
Atari just announced the Intellivision Spirit, a revamp of the iconic 1980s gaming console. Now, I saw this pop up this past week, and the story starting to surface on this, and it's kind of cool. I got kind of excited because they're bringing out, and it looks just like it has the wood grain. It's got the keypad controllers with the disc controller on it,
Yeah.
and the side buttons, and it's got the inserts into the thing like the old Intellivision.
Yeah.
But then I started looking at it, I'm like, you know what? What's the price on this? So I looked it up. It's going to be $150 fucking dollars. And I'm
basically
like, nope.
zero. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, fuck this.
Wait,
Derek's the
wait.
opposite. He's like 150 only, and you're like, fuck 150.
I lose
I'm like-
150 on my way to my car in the morning.
You can build this with
In
a
the
Raspberry.
couch.
Raspberry. Like you could spend $25 and do the same thing with emulators. And it's like,
But you don't have the controller.
Not with the controller.
But they could have put everything that was in the original television into the goddamn controller, so you wouldn't have this big fucking box sitting around. And they could have sold just the controller.
You do realize this
Yeah.
is for like nostalgia, right? Because anybody can play emulators for anything.
Yeah.
If you're buying a
it's-
box, it's because you want the box.
and it has HDMI. It's
Yeah.
the controllers are not quite the same controllers with the coiled phone cord.
And
They
they're
are wireless. So
Oh. Like,
Wow, you are so different than me, Self.
I love the original television. I did. I played the shit out of the original television. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons on the television was one of my
I
favorite
did
games
too.
of all fucking time. I absolutely love that dragon. You hear in the
Oh
background.
yeah,
The arrows flying down the computer generated tunnels, dungeons and stuff like that, going through the mountains
and
and stuff.
your keypad overlay
Yeah.
showed you the directions you were gonna do
Like,
stuff.
I did. I loved it, but I don't think, maybe it's just where I'm at currently in my personal life with my job and everything like that. But $150 to drop on this, I'm like, it's a hard pass.
I think
like,
100. I just bought a shirt for $150 yesterday, for our wrestling match in November. So a John Cena shirt. So yeah, all of us have different expectations of how much money we want to spend on things, but I felt like 150 was way less than when Atari announced that other thing that was coming out that still hasn't come out, the Aurora or whatever the fuck it's called.
yeah.
And that thing was like $350 or $399. Amico, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know.
It seems like a reasonable price.
If you're into this and you find that price reasonable, they are taking pre-orders right now, and they are expecting the beginning of December, I think, to start shipping those
this is
things
not
out, so.
vaporware. This is like in production, and it's coming in December. So,
and on your defense, probably like if you go to a game show, you could probably pick up an original television. I'm thinking you're probably spending 125, 150 on the original anyway. So maybe you're right. Maybe
I can tell you what
that.
you're spending. It's $250 to $300.
Yeah.
I see them in these booths at all of these
good
conventions. Yes, yeah.
But yeah.
And what this is coming with 45?
45 games and
so.
all of the inserts for those games. But
so, all right. So let's say they came out and they said a number, Selden. What would the number be? They'd be like, all right, I'll pick one up.
I would go. I want to say 75 right off the bat, but I'd probably
my God,
go up to
you
100.
are such a cheapskate.
No, I mean, I think I feel like okay, $100. I think people will be like instant pickup if I ever like
that was television. Like the little NES Mini. Yeah.
150, a little higher, but it is 2025. It is not 20 years ago. So I mean, 150 doesn't seem like crazy to me, but you know what though? These are going to be on sale at some point because none of this.
Oh my God, you're always going on sale. Like just
no. Think about it. No. These are going to be like, all right, we're clearing them out because we're not. It's not lasting. Is that sort of thing?
The way I look at it is, look how much money you have in your pocket. If you have more than that, it's free.
Anyway, but
you're checking on me again.
I had $10 of cash in my wallet for probably 3 months.
So you're not a cash guy.
And I was at church on Sunday, and my wife wasn't there because she was down in Florida, and I actually pulled the $10 out. I'm like, I guess it's finally leaving my wallet.
So you're not a cash guy.
No, I'm not
also not a cash guy.
I'm also
you're not a cash guy either. See, no. if you're a cash guy, your wife can never see how much money you're spending.
Unless she watches the show.
But she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Oh, I guarantee you Tiff knows how much money you're spending because she sees all that fucking shit come through the door.
She sees it's a debit of cash of this amount. Well, that's going somewhere.
Another Racer EX share came in.
So anyway, so this system, I mean, I'm just saying that if you think it's cool and you're glad that it exists, then great, because eventually you'll be able to pick one up for cheaper than that. So at this point, I just go, this is awesome. I'm not buying one right now, but I might in the future because I like the system. There are people that have noted that you can't put original games in it, I don't think.
No.
Which is a negative because the new Atari is the 2600 plus and this 7800 plus. You can put actual games into them, so you don't have to just emulate stuff. You can actually put your old games you own into it, which I think is better. But it is cool they have those inserts though that go into the controllers, which I don't think I ever realized because I never played one before that they had those. Because so
Oh,
it's kind of like
so yeah,
no, I
so
never played
you
them.
would put a game in, and then like you would slide in the insert into the
Right.
controller. So those 9 or 12 buttons, I can't remember what it was, but like for the football game, though, that would be your play calling.
It's like
And
Dreamcast. We had a little
yeah, with
VMU,
the
but
VMUs, yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah,
So, and that's cool. And it's sort of like what they did later on with the Jaguar that no one understood what all the
yes,
number
yeah, yeah.
were for because there were overlays for that too, which it's weird because this is not Atari. This is Intellivision, but
Yeah.
they must have bought Intellivision at some
Yeah, they
point.
bought in television a year ago or so. They bought
Yeah,
Okay.
this was just
IP, and
recently. Yes, yeah.
and
But
I'm looking
it's
at the
interesting.
full game list right now, and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons not on it, so it's definitely overpriced. So fuck them.
Ooh,
Selden's
shit.
one game that he wanted. Yep.
The one
I will
game I'd
bet
want.
you somebody's going to figure out a way to hack this. I will bet you.
Oh,
And they don't
absolutely.
care because they've already sold it. Because so why would they care? But
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I think it looks cool, and it's got wireless controllers, which is great because I have to have wireless controllers for my setup. So if I ever got an original, I'd have to somehow like mod it and figure out a way to make wireless controllers work for it, which would never happen. So
Yep.
if I want to play this shit, then this is really cool for me. And I'm not gonna buy it at 150, but I might buy it at like 80 when it's on sale in like 2 years for $80. So I'll do that.
Like our dichotomy is so weird on this show. Where
It's good though. We got differences.
yeah, but for 150, it's a throwaway.
Yeah,
150 is a Switch Lite, and you can
Hmm.
play whatever you want. You play a ton of other stuff on that, and it has a screen. So
All right, next story.
Uh, Xbox president reconfirms the next gen hardware, Xbox hardware is in development. And this is just, I think, in response to the fact that people keep saying that they're done or they might not be making a new one. So they have to come out and say, no, we definitely are. But we're 100% looking at making things in the future. That's great. We have our next gen hardware in development. Of course they do, because that's what they do when they end development on the previous one. They start development on the next one. But we've been looking at prototyping, designing. We have a partnership we've announced with AMD around it, so that is coming. All the companies use AMD for everything because they're the only ones to do the SoCs that actually work with consoles. Because uh, NVIDIA doesn't do CPU as well, and yeah, it's just yeah. Of course, it's going to be AMD. Let's see. Second time this month is Microsoft has declared it's not exiting the hardware business, specifically in regard to new systems in the future. I remember bubbled up in October. That's what I was talking about. So yeah, I mean, it's like a defense thing.
Yeah, because everyone's saying that they're stopping, so they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're not."
I mean, we're
Um,
doing Game Pass. Everything's an Xbox, but we're still going to make another Xbox, even though everything's an Xbox. I really think the next Xbox box is going to be a PC that you can do whatever with. It'll just be sort of a lower priced PC that people can use for Xbox games.
that doesn't surprise me because that's really the delta between consoles and PCs is that it's the price and the components that are in them. So,
I mean, at
uh,
this point, the Game Pass stuff where it's the ultimate. Oh, you got PC games and Xbox games. That there should be no distinction
they're
anymore
all
between
the
that
same.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Most of it's all based on Windows architecture anyway for the Xbox versus PC stuff. So it shouldn't matter where if it's an Xbox or a PC game because
So,
they're on both.
so if you use Visual Studio and you code something, let's say a PC game, at the end when you compile it, you can actually click to compile for both Xbox and PC. So
There you go.
it's one development platform. I take it from
Yeah.
someone that before I went into management, I use Visual Studio every day, and it's like easy mode for publishing to Xbox and PC. It's literally two for the price of one. So
And except for it's not unless they do it that way. If they do cross-platform, because if they don't, people have to buy it twice. And I think that's why they're still doing it because a lot of their partners probably going, but I want to sell it twice. I don't
well,
want to sell it
and that's
once.
that's the partners, yes, that are.
Yeah.
But they're actually probably compiling those two separate binaries at the same time.
Oh, probably.
And then putting them in two different stores to sell two different ways. But
Yep.
it is one-click solution to make two different binaries.
So yeah, they're still making.
So
another
they're
console,
fucking you.
which we knew.
That's what it
Yeah.
boils down.
Oh yeah. But at this point, okay, we've got so the 360 was 2005 to 2013. That's 8 years.
Mhm.
Then 2013 to 2020, that's 7 years.
Yes, yeah.
2020 to say 2027 or 2028. So that's 2 or 3 years away
Still
from
on the sketch. Yeah.
if they're doing it that way. The problem is, and personally I feel that the Xbox 360 had such big leaps forward during that time period. Xbox One not quite as much so, and then I just don't see any difference between Xbox One games and Series X games, except for the fact that some of them have different shading or, things like that. They have not differentiated the reason that you need a Series X over an Xbox One because it's so much better, or these games are just on the Xbox Series X. They're not. Most of them you can still play on the Xbox One. Not all of them, but a lot of them you still can. So what's the difference? And they're going to already start making new a console for what games? I don't
For
no
8K
idea.
games.
It's bothersome
Lots
because
of us have 8K TVs that are just waiting for games.
I mean, technically the Series X can do 8K is what they said.
8K at 5
Nobody needs
frames
it.
a second. Yeah.
Nobody needs 8K. So it's not even that. It's just like, what makes these games different than Xbox One? Xbox One X can do 4K, and so can the Series X. And so what's the difference? Show us why these games are so much better on Series X. And they haven't even done that yet. And then they're going to start putting out another console without even like showing us the best games on this system.
You are such a naysayer.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
they
one of the-
tell
it
me
bugs
there's a
me.
new better thing and it costs whatever, I'll buy it.
And it costs more, I will buy the shit out of that. Do you have ROG Ally X yet?
Yeah, the Xbox ROG Ally X? No,
Yeah.
because mine is better than that, technically. So,
One of the big promises going to this generation, the Series X and PlayStation, whatever, is that they promised that there were going to be no load times, but we're still getting load times like fucking like you play Borderlands, and anytime you go between areas, it's the load times are fucking just there. The fast travel is just not fast travel because they got to reload the whole thing. Where they promise it. So if they promise that again going into the next console, they really better fucking show it. And that might be a selling point that I would push me onto it. Like I know the Lilo, not Lilo and Stitch. It was what the fuck a PlayStation game that you're
Ratchet and Clank,
Ratchet, yeah,
Lilo and Stitch. Yes, Selden knows his.
I was like,
IPs.
wow,
Yeah.
totally missing that name, but like that showed off the potential of like no load times between loading up completely different worlds and stuff like that, and having it all ready to go. But no other games are really taking advantage of that feature. And if they are going to push out a new console, these new consoles better fucking be doing that shit.
Horizon is doing that on PlayStation as well. So
yeah, I was gonna say there are some PlayStation games where you boot up the game and you're just like sitting there on the title screen with your player ready to go, and you hit start and you just start moving, which is cool. I don't know if that's the same as like loading between different levels, but there are certain games that just don't have levels. You just don't go from one area to another. It's just all the same thing, which is probably Horizon. But PlayStation is better about it than Xbox this generation for sure.
all right, because we've been going on forever. Next story. The next game in the Halo franchise could be live service multiplayer. So this is basically Halo saying, yeah, we'll sell you a game and then we'll keep selling you add-ons or extensions. And I don't think anyone wants this.
They played with that in the current Halo early on when they were trying to do with the matchmaking and stuff like that. And it failed miserably, and they got a lot of flack back at it. Yeah. I can't believe they're really going to go down that lane.
What did they do where they were selling you stuff? I don't remember that. What were they selling you for live service for Halo?
It was the continuous.
Yeah, they weren't selling you anything. It was just it felt like a live service game, but they weren't selling you.
They were doing the
new
battle
shit.
passes. They were doing the battle
Okay,
passes
yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you could
yeah.
get them for free if you played.
Yeah, but then they archived them and shit like that, and it was just, and it failed miserably, the whole battle pass with that.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, also not. I mean, PlayStation figured that out, I think, pretty hard this gen, that live service wasn't the way to go, because they had like 9 live services games they were doing, and they all got canceled, and a lot of other games weren't being made because they were working on those, and because of what's that game that died immediately?
No,
I can't remember the name of it.
Only because you brought it up that we can't remember it.
Yeah, it was like last August, right?
Yes,
Just like it launched and died. I didn't even know about that game at all until they announced it. It was like 3 months before they came out. I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm not. Now it's out. Oh, now it's dead. So, yeah.
Oh, there. I just did PlayStation Live games canceled. Lists of Sony's canceled live service PS5 games. There's a whole list. Last of Us multiplayer, Marvel's Spider-Man: The Great Web, London Studio live service game, Twisted Metal, Helldivers 2. Concord is the one we were thinking of.
Concord. Helldivers 2 came out, though.
Helldivers 2 has been canceled.
But they canceled the live service aspect of that.
Okay.
Live service game from Ben Studio. Live service God of War game from Blueprint. Fair game, $, Marathon. Technically still in production, and Horizon Online maybe. Technically still in production. So that is 12 PlayStation live service games that have either been canceled or are potentially still in play, but the writing's on the wall.
I mean, you'd think they would have learned from that.
From throwing away an entire IP and dev work and...
Yeah, well, I mean, Halo 343 just going, I don't think it's going to work, man. Look at all these games that just canceled, but no. I mean, they're going to do it anyway, and they're going to put it out on both systems, and they're going to just crash on both systems. Just sucks.
Yeah.
Hate this.
Especially when they try to force traditional titles into the live service environment. Like, it just doesn't work most of the time.
No. And you could tank those properties too, and then what?
Yeah. And then you leave a bad taste in people's mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Next story is this movie?
Escape from Duckov. A parody of the Tarkov featuring ducks is putting up huge numbers on Steam, baby.
How did they know you were going to take this story, Selby?
Of course, because no one wants the last one.
Freaking awesome. This game looks so polished and so nice, and it's a top-down shooter with a Tarkov feel. I don't believe it's an extraction shooter, because I believe it is a PvE top-down shooter. And you do have the aspects of Tarkov where you collect items, bring them back to your base. You can combine stuff, sell stuff, build stuff, things like that. But it came onto Steam, and it had some issues initially coming out, I believe. But since then, it is rocketed to the top of the Steam's top selling. I believe it's in the top 5 right now. Over 500,000 copies sold thus far as the publishing of this article on the 20th. Which was today. So, hey, this game, it looks fun. It's got that aspect of, it's toys, like rubberized toys. It's definitely polished and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna check this out, maybe buy it. So
it's number 6 in peak concurrent players, which is ludicrous on Steam.
Yeah.
Steam that sells all kinds of multiplayer games. Number 6 peak concurrent.
I think it goes to show that Steam players love games with birds in it, because what was that, the duck game or the swan game?
I didn't think you were going this direction, but yeah, explain.
Remember that the unnamed duck game or whatever the hell that thing was? That was
Untitled Goose Game?
Yeah, the Untitled
Goose Game. Yes.
Yeah, that one shot to the top of the charts too. It was selling like crazy.
All right. Yeah, maybe they're all bird pervs.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. It looks silly enough that it looks fun. It's definitely got a great top-down shooter aspect to it. Watching some of the videos of it, and it looks like it's pretty well put together. So I'm definitely thinking I'm leaning towards checking this out at some point. So when it's on sale, like Shadow would do. So
Oh, cheapskates.
When it's on sale. Unless you want to play it today, just wait.
It probably
Play
doesn't
less.
even cost that much today, you fuckers. Like,
It might be under $150, so that's nothing. It's in your pocket right now.
obviously. So
are you pulling it up on Steam right now to find out?
There was one
Escape
that
from Duckov
Duckov.
cost. It's $15 fucking dollars.
Oh, then it's a buy. It's
You
Derek's
guys are
like,
like, oh, wait
I
till
can
it
pull that
comes
out from behind my
down.
ear right
Uh,
now.
I thought it was gonna be one of those $30-$40 titles. It's
No,
only
it's
15.
15
Derek's like,
bucks.
I made $15 when I just said this sentence.
Yeah, for $15, how can you go wrong?
Right?
There was some
I think
story
Selden's actually purchasing it right now.
Yeah.
probably so he doesn't forget. Last week there was some story, I forget what it was, and you're like, oh yeah, this was Selden's story, but he's not here, so you could take it or something, but I can't remember what it was.
I'll open up last week's outline and tell you what it
You're like,
is.
This is only on here because it was for Selden, but he was not here, so we'll have to.
I'm
you'll have
opening
to
it
take
now.
but
Hang on.
I'm
Oh,
just
it's-
vamping.
it's-
I'm just vamping.
Yeah, you vamp.
It's $15.83 right now on Steam.
1583, like with tax and everything.
Yeah, it's a $17.99, but it's got
I can hear
the
it.
12% discount.
Yeah, your shit's playing music, bro.
Sorry.
Minecraft sequel, Game Plus mode, Party Games TV. Was it 2 weeks ago?
That would have been last week because that was the one I wasn't here for. So.
Yeah,
Ratchet
yeah.
and Clank's lost game has been found and preserved.
I think that was it. Yeah, 'cause it was
Ubisoft's
on like that phone.
Oh yes, it was like an 8-bit game from a Sony Ericsson phone that
Yeah,
got deleted from the world, and then they brought
Ratchet
it
and
back. Yeah,
Speaking of, yeah,
Well, I couldn't even remember Ratchet and Clank about 10 minutes ago, so it definitely was not
Yeah.
for me.
Lilo and Stitch was it that game? Lilo and Stitch. All right.
All right, next
I
story.
think
Let's
that was
go.
it. Next story.
Last story.
Mexico is considering slapping an 8% tax on violent video games. Proposed tax could affect physical and digital copies as well as microtransactions. So yeah, I don't know. Did
So-
you guys look at this yet?
Yeah, so we saw this in the US a while back. Remember when they were trying to charge more for rated M for mature
Oh.
games, and
Yeah.
this was
And,
like
where would that money
10
go?
years ago, or somewhere between probably 5 and 10 years ago, where they wanted to tack on an extra tax on these. Well, it wasn't a tax, it was a higher price. They're just calling it a
Yeah.
tax in this case.
Because like it wouldn't be going to anything special to like help people who are having
No,
issues or
it's
something.
just like literally just,
It's
hey,
just
give us
like
more
making
money.
it more expensive
Yes.
to like punish you for buying this stuff.
What, do
And
they think they're Australia now?
and we went through this whole thing of where like violent games make people more violent, and then there were all the hundreds
Tipper
and
gore and
hundreds of court cases that were like, no, this person was just a psychopath.
yeah.
So I guess our lesser neighbor to the south is just going through. Are you shaking your head about me calling him the lesser neighbor?
It's just so.
Yeah. So they're just going through this process now. They like not everybody has a billion PhDs in Harvard and Yale and Brown and all these schools in their country. Some of these other places are not as. I'm gonna stop there. And
Good idea.
yeah. So anyway, they're just getting to the point where we were 8 to 10 years ago. And I'm sure that they will find out that this is not the right move. Because we were going through this as the U.S. 8 to 10 years ago. And none of this happened. But
I mean, I'm not going to translate this whole thing, but I'm just trying to figure out what this would be. Where is this money going? Just to like be a tax to have
the
money,
drug cartels.
and they figured everyone would be okay with it because this is
Something went there.
something.
Oh my
Because this
God.
is something. Because this is something a lot of people don't like, so they're like, "Well, people don't like it. Our constituents don't like it, so we'll just charge and we'll use that for our tax money, even though it's not going to like help anything having to do with it.
No.
It's unrelated."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any proposed tax covers games that have a C or D rating,
Which is
similar to
basically
ESRB.
our, it's our high.
E is for players who are
MA.
18,
Yeah.
and D is or at least 18 years old. C rating is for players who are at least 18 years old. Okay. And the D rating is reserved for adults only. That's the same thing.
Oh, maybe they're adults or 21.
That's like the difference
know what
between
they're-
rated R and
Rated M.
No, rated R is parental guidance
Guidance.
under 17.
yeah.
So it's not like you have to have a parent with you to get in. This
Yeah.
is like you can't play it unless you're 18, which is an adult. Or
But
D is you can't play it unless you're an adult.
NC-17 has the
NC-17
same
is you
age.
cannot get in.
Yes.
It's restrict. NC-17 means you can't ever watch this in the theater unless you are 18. This is the same thing. These are both treated as NC-17. I don't see the difference, but maybe they don't think adults.
They
are
also
18,
don't
maybe adults are
understand-
21. I don't know.
They don't understand math down there, so just saying.
Oh, Derek.
Believe me, I am the most
Last-
open guy you know.
All right, that's enough of that story.
All right. Well, on that, if any of you have gaming news stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com or comment on this episode's thread on the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors.
If we had them, we'd pip them, but we don't, so we won't.
You got that down. You're so good at that now. But if we get a sponsor, you got to hold back on that.
Yes.
Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/tool-to-play. Everything podcast related is at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is the on-demand library of all of Tool to Play's video content. So, Selden, do you have any shows that you want to recommend from our YouTube Tool to Play on-demand library?
I really liked Tiff's
Immature interviews?
No, yeah.
Yes. Any other groundbreaking pioneering shows?
Nah. I'm good.
You can also find all episodes of this show, Hits Quick Hits, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. All of these shows have their episodes there, but Selden was being modest. He did pioneer the very first ever video show, and I've said this before, but every day is a school day if someone's new to the show. So Selden did the very first episode ever in an entire series of a show filmed with the Kinect Xbox camera and released it on our YouTube channel. Sure, he moved the camera around and figured out the sweet spot over time, but he pioneered this. He's the first. It's like how I pioneered ping during the Quake era as how you sort servers based on ping, and now everybody uses ping. These are things that people do. Someone has to be the first, and Selden was the first. So, yeah, definitely.
He's the Alexander Graham Bell of Connect Camera.
He is. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
See how well they're
hello?
connected because of
Hello?
my
Yes. So yes, go to youtube.com/tool2play and subscribe, and you will get access to all of our video content. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. Give us 5 stars, and I'm not even going to say if you have an extra 5 seconds. Just fucking write something. You can even write Derek D. Smooth Nolan blows. But just by there being text associated with a 5-star review, it elevates the 5 stars to like behind the scenes in the iTunes algorithm, it becomes 6. So just write something. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. Go there. That's one of the many places we stream this show live every week. So throw some likes there, some subscribes. We have a Discord channel, discord.me/stillgotgame. I repeat, that's discord.me/stillgotgame. You can go in there. You can talk with other fans of the show, super fans like Blue Steel. You can, make new friends. You can talk to Shadow any time of the day or night, 24/7. He is there. Selden,
It's true.
he's probably there a bunch of the time. I actually have answered a bunch of listener viewer feedback recently. I actually even answered my co-hosts recently. I'm feeling pretty proud about that. Even Tiff has been in there answering stuff. So Electrify is there if you're a big Electrify fan, you want to talk to her. But yeah, go there, join the Discord, and join the community. Discord.me/stillgotgame. Selden, what do you want to pimp this week, bro?
October, as always, should be every month, but it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So please, if you have any time or money, donate or spend time with breast cancer survivors or those going through the treatment or whatever you can. Help them out. Help find a cure for the cause. If you have any money you want to donate to local charities or anything like that, that's what I would recommend. It's definitely close to home for me. As my wife is a breast cancer survivor, and a lot of effort from the communities out there have really helped her out throughout this whole period. She has just finished her last shot last week, I believe it was, for the 5-year post-treatment of it. So she is no longer having to go down to the doctor's office once every couple weeks to get the shot that she was on. So right now she's free and clear. So thank God we were lucky. But there are those that are out there that aren't so lucky. So just consider that, especially this time of the month, this time of the year, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
awesome news, Selden.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, so I have my friend who had breast cancer a couple times passed away last year due to that and other complications from that. So I'm hitting me close to home as well, and definitely I want to put that out this week or this month in general to donate to any charities that support breast cancer awareness and research. And yeah, I think that's a great cause to bring up for this month. So for sure. And I have my link tree there, Brian S. Emmerich, under link tree as well for all the other causes that I have on my site. How about you, Derek?
Well, obviously last week we pimped Selden's link tree. It was the first time it was ever sent correctly. So
it was last week when I wasn't here.
Yes, yeah. We actually took time out of our out of the show to pimp your actual URL correctly. But I'll do the same thing. Mine's at linktree/Derek Nolan. That's linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. It has the Bartesian link. It has all my show links. It has all of the show's show links. But I will double down. It also has links for Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund. the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, as well as the American Cancer Society. So if you can go there and throw some shekels their way, like I said, we all got a couple thousand in our pocket, so let's just throw it that direction and help people out. As much as an arrogant asshole as I might seem like, I definitely give money to all these things. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. Why is Shadow laughing? I can't.
I'm not laughing.
All right. So on that, I want to remind you all, you can join us in 2 weeks and some Monday nights at live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, twitch.tv/still_got_game, and kick.com/stillgotgame, which has somehow become our biggest commenter because I feel like they're all spammers that just want to sell us viewers. So on that, why don't we wrap this Selden's Back episode up? I'm Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm Chris Selden, 007 Selden. I am Brian Shadow Emmerich.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.